Beautiful, bright, precious, wonderful beings, welcome, welcome, welcome to Ascension to Love with Alice, a return to union. Welcome to this reading. We are here today to look at the upcoming full moon in Leo on Thursday the 28th of January 2021. How exciting, the first full moon of the year, and it's in Leo. Oh my gosh, who doesn't love the sign of Leo? And I'm so excited to get started here with this and just jump straight into it and find out what this moon, what the beautiful, beautiful moon wishes to bring to us. What does she want us to know? How is she going to be influencing and encouraging us? And what may be posing as challenges if we are coming at this from an imbalanced state. So let's have a little look here and let's see how we can best utilize and harness the energy of this powerful full moon. And let's see what she wants to say. So let's just bring out a couple of themes first, overall themes for this moon. Okay, so we've got Cancer coming out. We've got a new start coming, and one more, please. Oh, we've got double Cancer. Holy. Okay. So we've got a full moon in Cancer, a new start, and a new moon in Cancer. So that's really interesting because obviously it is a full moon in Leo. I'm not sure where the moon is prior and after the full moon itself, because you know the moon changes houses every couple of days or so, right? So that's how that can really influence us. But you know, we've got Capricorn coming in on the bottom of the deck here, the end of a tough cycle approaches. So the overall themes, you know, we're looking very much at still on a emotional level, on a watery level, right, on a spiritual level, and especially around the home and especially around the divine feminine energy, because that's what this Cancer, to me anyway, what's coming through to me is saying. So what's really fascinating about this is, you know, like the whole space of this full moon coming up, you know, you can harness that energy and you can, you know, you can get personal readings on this moon and how it's going to affect you, because obviously, you know, depending on what your astral chart is, depending on where your sun, moon, rising and ascendant is, all of that will depend on how this moon will actually influence you. But this is a general reading. So we do have something that you've been working on. Something that you've been working on is something to do with your home life. It's something to do with your family life. It's something to do with that feminine energy within you, right? That divine feminine, that mother energy within you, or maybe a pattern with your mother is coming up to close around this Leo full moon. Now, what's really fascinating about that is, you know, Leo is a very fiery, courageous, confident sign, right? As we know, they're very playful. They're very, very playful. They're very I call them a little bit cheeky. I love Leo season. Leo season is one of my favourite seasons, you know, when we have Lionsgate and all that in August, because of the fun and frivolous energies that come in. But it's very masculine. It can be a very masculine energy as well, in the sense that, you know, it's that fire within you. Well, you can look at that masculine or feminine way, because the female obviously does have a lot of that fire, and actually that's what I'm hearing right now is that's the key here, that's the link here, is something you're going to bring like fire and passion with this full moon in, to help resolve whatever it is that you've been working on. And this feels like a long time, actually. It feels like it's a long time. So there's a new start coming for every single person that's watching this that is working. And this is the key. We've got to be wanting to work. We have to be wanting to work with that full moon, right? Because a lot of people are just very passive about things, right? You're just like, oh, Mercury's in retrograde, and oh, the moon is in this house, and it's a full moon's day, and they're passive about it. But it's not intended to be passive. We're meant to be actively working with whatever energies are coming up to really promote and align our ascension path, right? And to really draw all the energies into a perfect, as perfect as an alignment as possible, and do the healing, right, that it brings. So what I'm really curious to see now then is, if that's the energies that are coming in, and you know, we've got two new starts here, so this is really powerful. This first full moon is a very powerful full moon, so that's really exciting. And it very much does feel like the calmness, the kind of, it does actually feel like the passiveness that we may have been looking at things. We may have been looking at this in kind of a passive way, you know, just like, oh, I want something to be changing, you know, if it's meant to be, it'll happen and all that. But instead of that energy of, you know, if it's meant to be, it'll be, it's kind of, it feels like it's moving into, if it's meant to be, it's up to me, right? Bringing that fire energy into things. And with Capricorn coming in on the base of the deck here, you know, that's that earth sign, right? You know, we've just left Capricorn, right? We've just moved into Aquarius with the sun, and we've just left Capricorn. We've just left a 200-year of age of Capricorn, right? So there's a lot of kind of structures that are linked with that particular energy. So like kind of the material stuff, the basic needs, but also the goals that you have are kind of, they're shifting as well. You know, when we tie these two together, it's like, you know, you're it's not going to be difficult anymore. Whatever it is that you've struggled with here in the home dynamic, whatever that looks like, is really going to shift and it's going to change. So if that's the overall themes, let's get some detail in here. Let's go into this a little bit more. So how is this going to be benefiting us? Like, how can we work with this energy in a really powerful way? Like, what do we need to be doing? What do we need to be thinking about? And how do we need to be acting? Bring us more detail here, please. Beautiful, beautiful moon. Thank you. Got Odin coming in, psychic insight, Horus. I love Horus. Oh gosh. Sorry, you might find that I just randomly laugh on when some of the cards come out. It depends on you know, some of the readings that I do for myself and just some of the channelings that I get from my like some of the ascended beings and star beings and angels that I work with, and just Horus has been with me all morning, so it's funny. Anyway, okay, so one more, which is to come out. Thank you, Gaia, Earth connection. Oh, I love that. And we've got Lady Venus on the bottom of the deck here with white eagle jumping out too. Oh, dearie me. Okay. So, we've got truth coming in, right? We've got sight coming in. We've got perception, vision. We've got Odin coming in here with that seeing through the veils here. You know, seeing through the obstacles, seeing through whatever. And look at this. We've got Cosmic Gateway right under New Star. You know, this is literally, these are perfect cards to complement each other, right? You know, and you know, this is all about manifesting as well. You know, miraculous changes are occurring, Horus is saying. You know, your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. This is about being very intentional from whenever you're watching this, regardless as to whether you're watching this after the fact. You know, if the full moon's already been, watch it again. You know, watch it again. It doesn't matter when you're watching this, because these readings will have messages in, timeless messages that will be delivered whenever spirit wants to bring them to you. But what's really fascinating about this is that, you know, we've got Odin coming in here with his psychic insight. We've got ravens and crows behind, which is one of his symbols. And that's been coming up a lot for many, many, many people. Also symbolizing initiation, right? The raven is initiation and healing, right? So that's definitely coming in here, and we're being guided to follow our intuition. So the way that we're going to shift from this, from whatever hasn't been working, the way that we're going to shift from that is to really see things from a different perspective, really see it with, and it's funny because, you know, he has one physical eye, so it's actually like, okay, tune out of the physical and tune into the intuitive, right? Tune into what feels like truth, tune into all of that, because the truth of anything, the truth of this, the truth of anything else, you know, it isn't what is appearing in front of you physically, because what is physical in front of you is a manifestation of what has been and where energies have been, right? We've got downloads and understandings coming in, so, you know, revelation is going to come through to you. You're going to really understand things in a different way with Lady Venus coming in here. You know, deep truths are going to be revealed, and especially with all this Cancer energy coming in with Lady Venus, you know, much of those subtle energies are going to be coming in, much of those subtle insights are going to be coming in, and that's really beautiful. That's definitely what is needed here. Horus is just reminding us that, you know, we are all going through something right now. We are all going through this. We're all going through this birthing canal. Everyone's going at their own time. There's no rush. There's no race. We don't focus on anyone else. We focus on our own journey. But just be really conscious of your thought patterns, because it's your thoughts. Like, karma, you guys, karma isn't based on action. It's based on thought pattern, right? So it's manifestation. Law of attraction, that's how it all works, right? It's on your vibration, your energy that you're putting out there. So if you're thinking something over and over and over again, that's what you bring in, right? So we want to be really, really conscious of this, so we can really shift into this new start here, this new beginning, right? To feel safe, to feel grounded, to feel protected, and to feel loved and close and trusted, you know, and all of that. We've got Gaia, Lady Gaia coming in. She reminds us that, you know, we've been invited here to planet Earth. you know, this mystery schools of planet Earth, this, you know, this school of spiritual discipline. We come here so that we can learn and actually go through ascension. That's why we're here on Earth, you know, because it is a difficult place to be, right? Because we have that separation from all that is, from the light that we come from. We have that separation. We have to find that connection again. And Lady Gaia is just reminding us that, you know, and a really easy way to do this and to really work through with this full moon is actually to connect with the Earth on a bit more of a basis, you know. Be mindful of the Earth, of the planet. Listen to what she wants, right? Listen to what she needs, you know, and stay grounded. She will love you no matter what, right? This is very divine feminine energy coming in, considering it's going to be a full moon in Leo. I'm just saying. I'm going to be really curious to actually draw on the Leo specific energy in a sec. But there's enough readings out there specifically on Leo, right? So I love that this is actually just talking about what this moon is going to bring for the majority of the people watching this video, right? But Lady Gaia is just reminding us, you know, that, you know, she loves you unconditionally regardless. She sees you as her child regardless of whether you're well behaved, not well behaved. Doesn't matter what you've done to the Earth in the past. She doesn't hold grudges. She just loves you unconditionally. She always provides for you. She always keeps you safe, always, right? Really, really beautiful. So that being the case, let's draw another layer here. So how is this going to work on a inner level, right? How is this Leo energy going to be showing forth in each of us? We've got dandelion coming in, that's perseverance. Bathroom, we've got cleansing, once again, new start, right? And then one more, please. Thank you. Hawthorn, which is all about balance and elemental kingdom. Unicorn on the bottom of the deck. I love unicorn. Unicorn's all about innocence, trust, rebuilding. And you know what? Call upon unicorn. Call upon your unicorn. That might be new for some of you. You all have a unicorn. They're 7th dimensional and above. So you have to, you know, to actually physically see, you know, with your third eye, see your unicorn, we have to raise your energy first. So there's plenty of meditations on YouTube for that. Diana Cooper does really good meditations on that. But unicorn brings in trust, innocence, and honesty into a relationship, right? So with this relationship focus here, with this full moon, and with the balance coming in here, with Lady Gaia coming in, right? There's a lot of feminine energy coming in here, right? And a lot of support from the masculine as well to say that we're shifting through something. You know, we've got dandelion coming up here. And once again, we've got the orange, the fire of the Leo sign. We've got that vitality, that empowerment, that perseverance. Dandelion is such a medicinal plant, right? This is a medicine. This is a medicinal process for you. Whatever you're going through is so deeply healing. Should you let it? Should you allow it to be? This space of time. When this is being recorded, this is around the first quarter moon, right? It's between the first quarter, so it's the waxing gibbous moon and the full moon. Whatever intentions we set at the new moon, and I did a new moon intention setting ritual that you can go back to. It's a short video on YouTube, and you can go back to it for any new moon to help you set intentions, because when it's the new moon, you plant your seeds, you set the intentions. That's when you create what you want to manifest, right? And then as the moon waxes, the moon, she shows you, she draws out of you anything that isn't aligning with you being able to reap that harvest, right? You being able to collect that abundance in on the full moon. So we're in that stage right now where we are actually just kind of like whittling away any, you know, any obstacles that are standing in our way, anything that's been there before, right? The tough cycles that we've been in, we're clearing those out of the way, so we have to face them, right? So we've got medicine coming in here with dandelion, that perseverance. You have to persevere through, and you have to see it differently, choose to see it differently to be able to resolve this, right? And then we're going to go through that cleansing process, which is that new start. It's that birthing canal. We've all been through that recently. We all continue to go through that as we integrate at our own pace. You know, we are releasing what isn't serving anymore to our bodies, to our minds, to our lives, to our manifestations. We are releasing, right? So we're seeing things differently so that we can release them. So, you know, to look at this in a practical way, would be, you know, we'd be looking at, okay, if you want to, for example, finances and abundance is always a big one. It's always something that gets asked about, right? So if you want to bring more physical money into your reality, maybe you can manifest experiences, maybe you can manifest, you know, things to come through for you, but maybe you struggle currently or have done manifesting finances, right? What they're saying here is, okay, so that's the cycle that you've been in. We've got to bring forgiveness and love to that. We've got to draw in that feminine energy, have the understandings for that, right? Allow Mother Earth to heal and to ground. But also then we have to bring in that fire element, that Leo energy, right? And you'll feel this when it is the full moon. You'll feel this kind of, and you'll be feeling it before that as well with the other fire signs that the moon transits through. But you have to persevere through. You have to persevere through and just hold the space and allow whatever needs to cleanse. And that's okay, you know, it's okay. So whatever belief systems that you've had, so maybe you've felt guilty in the past from receiving money from people for whatever reason, it doesn't matter the reason. We have to see it for what it is. We have to see it within ourselves, though, to be able to go, okay, that's an interesting pattern, but you know what? That doesn't have to be the way, let's rewrite that, you know? So that's an example on how you can work with that. And then you get into action. When you've done that, when you've set that as your base to clear the obstacles of your manifestation, that is when you can then, you know, that is when you can then jump into actually receive, right? Receive that feminine energy coming in again. So do persevere, right? And do keep strong. Vitality is a very Leo thing, I'm just going to say. And then when we go through this process, this cleansing process, you know, then we come into that balance, and it feels like it is that balance of masculine and feminine, because it feels like there's the people that are watching this are very much in their feminine energy, whether it's wounded or sovereign, very much in their feminine energy. And we need to really bring that masculine energy in, because that's what, like, we can't have anything out of balance. You can't have one without the other, because if so, then it's in a distortion, right? We don't bring through what we need to bring through. We don't, you know, it's unbalanced otherwise, right? It wobbles. You know, we want to have really solid foundations, right? So Hawthorne is reminding us of that, right? You know, and once again reminding us to connect with Earth, with Mother Earth. Draw in unicorn, right? You know, just know that the unicorns are the epitome of hope as well, you guys. Hope and joy, right? There is always hope. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that, right? I'm going to get another deck of cards because I just want to draw in some energy for Leo specifically, if there's anything that the sign of Leo wishes to share with us. Let me just choose some cards here. Oh, I've got them quite precariously stacked. Oh, you know what? Let's go to the dragons. What a better deck of cards to use than the dragons right now. So to wrap up this reading, this insight for the full moon and how it's going to be affecting us and then what we might be going through, you know what? We might actually pull a couple more cards at the end as well of what might challenge us. If we don't touch on it before then. But what does the House of Leo wish to say about this, right? Why is it so feminine orientated? So we've got Air and Water Dragon coming in, we've got Green Dragon, once again that Earth, and then we've got Lilac Fire Dragon with Kuan Yin's Pink Dragon coming in. That is all about firm love resets your karmic balance. Oh my god, you guys, cords are dissolving by transcendent love. Enjoy your freedom, right? And that's exactly it. So Leo is coming in with his wonderful energy, his fiery energy, his fun, flirtatious, boyish energy to bring that fire and that flame into us, right? You know, we've got the Air and Water Dragon coming in, helping you connect to the higher frequencies, which are showing up everywhere on here. Trusting your intuition, right? And express your inner song. Developing your psychic abilities. Green Dragon helps you tune into the secrets of nature. This is where you're going to find a lot of this inspiration. So get outside. If you're not going for a walk outside, and I do not mean walk into your car and then walk into the supermarket. That does not qualify as a walk. Or just standing outside in the rain or the snow or the sun or whatever. It's snowing here right now, which is wonderful. That beautiful blanket of freshness. But yes, nature, she will provide for you. She will give you the answers and she will give you the inspiration should you go and be with her, right? What's stopping you? What is stopping you? That's a good question, right? Because when you do that, actually what is going to happen and what Leo is going to bring is he's going to bring through this this transmutational energy, right? But he's reminding us that, you know, that energy can't come down into you and can't clear if you're not grounded. We want to ascend, but we forget that we have to be grounded in order to ascend. We have to go both ways here, right? We can't make it physical without connecting to the earth. So that's why I feel that the feminine energy, the Cancerian energy is coming in. And Lady Venus and Lady Gaia is coming in so strongly in this reading, because you've got to bring that fire and that balance through from Leo, that courage, right, through, to allow divine love to transmute it. But it's that partnership of masculine and feminine, right? We always miss that out. We think that we can just passively let it come to us, but that is not sovereign. Although the feminine is the receiver, you know, we have to actively, the masculine energy has to actively go for it, right? In order to bring in the reception, the receiving of it. And finally, let's just have a look. What might be blocking us? Actually, let's use this deck of cards. Is there anything that might be a challenge this full moon? Anything that that may trip us up? What may trip us up here? Is there anything that's going to be tripping us up that we just want to just touch upon before we go? Horus is coming out again. Horus is very active right now. Energy healing with Merlin. And the power of joy with Lord Maitreya. Look at all this masculine energy. What might we be missing, you guys? Well, yes, and Ganesh. 4 ascended masculine beings. Okay. What might we be missing here? We might be missing that connection to that masculine energy. We might be staying in the passive, right? Don't do that. Get active with it. Get active, be direct. Inspired action is the way that we want to go, right? You know, Ganesh is all about removing obstacles and abundance, you know, letting you feel like the world is a yes to you rather than a no, right? We want to be able to see clearly, right? Because with this coming in as a potential obstacle, we're going to be looking too much at the reality, so don't do that, right? Whatever's happening on the earth stage, you know, turn off the news, turn off the radio. People start talking to you about it, walk away from those conversations, because what they will do is they will keep you in this pattern that hasn't been serving you, right? If you want to change your outside environment, if you want to actually make an impact in that and change, you know, this moon will help you do that. This Leo moon will help you do that. But you have to change the settings, the environment that has caused it to be reality for you, right? So we've got to see things differently. We've got to see things differently. Don't let your sight block you. Don't let your physical eyes trick you. Don't let the world as we see it and other people's thoughts, opinions and actions distract you from your own healing here, right? Stay with the power of joy. Get moving, get dancing. That's so important. Move, dance, be happy, laugh, find things funny, laugh at something instead of crying, you know. You just gotta laugh, guys. You gotta laugh. You gotta bring the joy into it. Look at all the colour in these cards. We've got 2 rainbows in here, right? 2 rainbows, right? And that's what it's all about. What it's all about. So don't get tripped up by any of the energies that may be wanting to come in and distract us. That's not going to help you in any way, shape or form. And that's just going to have you repeat cycles. We want you to move through this in a really good way where we can get that new start, right? We want that to happen, okay? So be cognizant of this, right? Okay, beautiful souls, that is all that I've got for you right now. So thank you so much for being here. If you are looking to book a one-to-one session, I have some slots available next week, so do get in touch for those. If you're not yet on my Facebook page, Ascension to Love with Alice, do have a little look at that page, because we have different content on there as well than we do on the YouTube channel. So wonderful for you to be here. It's such a blessing. Do subscribe, and if you have any requests for video, just give me a shout. Just let me know. I love you all so much. So much love, abundance, joy to you all. Blessings for now.